Welcome to the Black Owned Only podcast. I'm your host, Michael Washington, and today I have a special guest, a very, very special guest. Let me say that. The beautiful, intelligent DaSh.
You're going to make me start crying already. No, I'm just...
Shoné by DaSh, and I'm with DaSh Gray.
Yep.
How you doing, love?
I'm doing great.
I just want to say something because off camera we was just talking. I was just like, oh, I like your outfit. And what did you tell me?
That I just made it before I came.
That's what I'm talking about. So tell the people exactly what you do.
I am a fashion designer and a celebrity tailor. So I make clothes and make people feel good in their clothes.
What got you started in that though? Like,
I've always been a creative. I've always loved fashion, but never been like, know all the designers and things like that. I've just always been a creative. And in high school, we ran a virtual business, and it was an evening wear company.
Okay.
And so in my head, I would always have a business. It'd be a clothing brand. And then when I was in college, I used to take old clothes and revamp them, and then put it on MySpace and Facebook. That's fake. Facebook and Facebook. I'm telling my age. And then like 20 people in college asked me if I was going to be a designer in a fashion show, and I'm like, I'm not a designer.
So this is not what you studied in college?
I went for business administration, management, and human resources. I just knew I wouldn't run a clothing business, but never thought I would be the person making it. Okay,
so at the start of your business, what was the mission? Like, what did you want to accomplish?
To have an outlet with my creativity. That was it.
That was it.
That's all that mattered.
It wasn't
to me.
Like, I need a whole clothing line. I want my own merch or apparel, anything.
No, that was never a part of my plan initially. No. It was just something I became good at. And I made a dress with my mom at 8. She likes to take that. I'm like, that was one time, lady. No.
So where did the bug come from? Was it any a grandma sewing or mom? Was it anything that inspired you that No, I just always did everything with my hands. Everything with my hands. I used to make jewelry. When I was little, I used to make 3-dimensional cash registers out of paper, tape, scissors. It was like I make anything with my hands. So cutting and revamping was always my thing. So it could have been fashion or carpentering.
It could have. No, seriously. Remember we were talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
You wanted to get into the woodworking and everything.
See?
Yeah, you did say that.
Yep.
But I think you did find your niche for putting outfits together and designing them. Yeah. That looks nice.
So puzzles and math have always been my 2 favorite things, and that's exactly what this is.
Okay.
So it relates.
So do you still do custom jewelry or anything?
No, I haven't done that in
Nah. I just want to let y'all know she's helping me with my birthday outfit and picking fabric with her. Hey. Just knew everything. Oh, we need a yard of this. We need this right here. I can do that. This matches that. Just so effortlessly.
15 years.
15 years been here? That's twice now. You trying to show age now.
No.
So, what's your business? Did you see right away that this could be something you could do full time? Yes,
I saw that. I understood the importance of the way I made people feel with clothing. And that felt good and right for me and my soul. Okay. Because for me, happiness is everything. So that's also happiness for me, happiness for my clients. So it just is both of us are feeling good at the same time. I know that especially with me, I do custom clothing. Yeah. So it's whatever the person needs. So I'm not going out of style. My niche isn't, going out of style because I'm making whatever is with the times.
And with the company, is it is it just like you're the owner operator, or do you plan on growing the business to where
you have? It's been all me.
All you.
And I'm tired at this point. I do plan to expand. My goal is to have an employee Christmas party. That's what I want.
That'll let me know.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Okay.
But I plan to expand because I've just been doing it. It's so hard to relinquish control. because of the idea of perfection, and even like with the clientele that I have, I'm like, I don't want to give you something and then you mess it up, and then what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know,
you're the face of it. I understand.
Yeah, so it's been a struggle for some time, but I'm ready to do that. This year was my first year actually having someone else make something for me.
How was that?
It was
stress.
It was a little terrible, but I didn't feel too discouraged. But yeah,
we were just talking about the name off camera, DaSh.
DaSh.
And I was like, that sound like it could be a fragrance or something. DaSh by DaSh.
That's 2024 fragrance by DaSh.
So the name. Just go ahead and say.
My name is DaSh. My real name. Yeah. Everyone calls me DaSh. It just makes it a little easier for everyone. But I love and embrace both names.
-1 you were talking about?
Yeah. It's spelled DA space capital S H
Gotta get the capital.
ONE accent mark over the E, and so it can be a little intimidating. I've been DaShone or Shoné or DaShawn. Yeah.
What up, DaShawn?
My whole life. I respond to everything. I correct everybody, but I respond to whatever.
You're also a mother.
I am.
Do you see the same style and creativity in your daughter?
Yes, but she's in denial.
Oh, she doesn't.
So she's like, no, I don't want to do it. She doesn't want to try my sewing machine, but like when she gets dressed and do her thing, she be in the mirror like, my glasses, my jewelry, my this and that, and I'm like, I just want you to know where you got that.
That's
from.
happening right now, my daughter, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, because yours is 12, 11. So
yeah, just turned 12. So yeah, she's lip gloss popping. I want to lay the baby hair, earrings. Let me get a chain.
Yeah,
like, what?
Or even trying to wear like some of my stuff.
Ooh,
yeah,
and with the fashion mom like you,
we're at that point.
I don't know what to do with that as a father.
It's like, okay, look at my baby. It's no rule book. You decide. You decide.
So do you ever catch her with your supplies or anything?
No, not like that. She asks for everything. She's pretty good.
So she don't just go in there and you catch her making something or trying to?
Every now and then. Or even if like she want to play in makeup, she asks. She don't just go and do it.
So you mentioned you're a celebrity
tailor.
Mm-hmm. Some of the people you work with.
You said how?
Some of the people you work with.
Oh.
Yeah, let's get out there. Let's talk your shit. Come on, let's go.
Zendaya, Ariana Grande, Naomi Campbell.
Oh.
See, now I can't even think of nobody right now.
We were just talking about somebody recent. You was talking about how they take Halloween seriously.
Oh, Winnie Harlow. She is serious. I'm excited.
I literally go to her page around Halloween every year to see what they come up with and then find out that you helped on her and Cool's.
Yeah. I'm excited about the costumes we have coming together.
I really like the one when they were Harry Belafonte and
why I can't think of the name.
Who was the? Why can't I think of the?
Dorothy Dandridge.
Dorothy, yeah. That one right there, like spot on.
Yeah, I tried my best. When I'm doing custom pieces, especially costuming, I try to get very literal.
I've seen it
firsthand. I'm like, even the costume I'm doing now, I'm like, where is this at? Where is this at on the photo? Like, I really try to get real literal. That's actually one of the areas I know I'm great at, but I just like let it be a seasonal thing. But costuming is a strong suit for me.
You ever thought about doing that like on set? Costume design or anything?
I've thought of it. I just haven't.
I think it's something you should get into because you're good at
it. I think so too.
Now, what I really want to know is with working with celebrities, does it change like the level of clients you take in?
Well, with working with celebrities, people think I won't take them because they think I'm too good for them. And I'm like, or people be like, you're always so busy. I'm like, I'll be at home or I'm going to Walmart around the corner. Like, I'm not doing anything. You think I'm doing something because of what you see on Instagram, and that's totally, or what you think you made up in your mind from Instagram, and I am just.
In the fashion field where we see like people like Kanye and others speak out about the bias, in the like in that culture. Have you felt like that as a stylist?
Like the bias and what? Like what you mean?
Like Kanye talking about how they won't let him in. He can't design what he want to design. He has to have.
So I haven't experienced that side of it because of,
or just in general, they think you couldn't do the job because.
No, everyone just thinks that. The only thing I get is that someone usually when I first started tailoring, they would I walk in, they were like, "Oh, I thought you was going to be some other nationality. I didn't think I was going to be some black girl." You know, like that. The shock factor of it. But no, I haven't experienced that because of where I haven't ventured in this industry. I've kind of stayed where I'm at with the customs and just doing my thing, pursuing into collaborating with different businesses and things like that. So I haven't.
Have you ever been surprised at like the people that reach out to you?
Yes, I get excited. I get excited. I get giddy. Yeah.
No nerves? No.
No, I've cried in a room with someone before because I was like, listen, it was Naomi Campbell and she was just sitting and talking fashion. I'm like, I'm really in this room right now. Like, you know, like things like that. I don't get nervous, but I've always been around, those kind of people, but I still get excited.
I get those moments when I'm in certain rooms and I'm like, I'm in this room. I remember my grandma told me any room that I'm in, I'm supposed to be in.
Amen to that.
You know what I'm saying? Grandma Ella, love you. Now,
right where you're supposed to be.
Where else I want to go with it? Because I had a bunch of questions for you because with a daughter that's getting into fashion, how do you feel about how a lot of the mainstream fashion is being projected like on black women? For instance, like you get your sexy reds, right now, it's like a hypersexual culture, and the clothes reflect it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Is it just fashion to you and just a way of expression, or
yeah, because it gets tricky because even when my daughter and I, we were driving down the street one day, and I think it was a festival that was happening.
I thought you were about to say we was on Fig.
No. It was a festival happening, and everyone was in their festival clothes, booty out, and all of that. And for me, I'm like, go girl, do your thing. There's a time and a place for things. Okay, yeah. Like that's how people dress at festivals. I don't see anything wrong with it. But no, you're not walking around like that just to be outside. And that's the conversation I literally had where she was like, "There's so much booty out here. There's so much booty out on the street." But I think fashion is just an expression. And
a way of expressing creativity.
We don't always have to agree and
it's crazy.
Anything.
My fashion back in the day, I don't understand why I ever wore a white 10X. T-shirt that stopped right here on the sleeve. And that was a short sleeve. That's a short sleeve. I used to get a 2X tall white T-shirt.
Yep.
Stop right here. Pants stop here. I'm looking at pictures.
Wide leg pants are back now.
Why you didn't tell me I was wearing nightgowns? It is though. It's coming That's back. One thing that I see about fashion is how it repeats itself. It was a time when people started kind of wearing barrel bottoms again. Even with hair, the styles of how people wear hairs was recycling. Do you ever try to jump the trend? You see something might be coming and all right, let me get out there first.
Yeah, that. But that's the goal, to try to stay ahead of it. But sometimes I don't want to consume myself with that much pressure.
I understand.
So then I'll try to avoid looking at things so I can just see where my heart leads me, where this fabric takes me, or things like that.
With this space that you in, how competitive is it?
It can be a very competitive space, especially making customs. So customs is a big deal with fashion designers. The price on customs is totally different than something I have a mass production of, right? And so you want to be the person that is a person's go-to, artist's go-to, or even I do a lot of dancer outfits.
Oh, for touring
Meg
and stuff that?
Yeah,
Meg.
Yeah.
Stallion?
Yeah.
You say it like that, Meg.
Shut up. Shut up. But So, like, you know, you want to be the go-to person. So, like, you don't want your price too high. You don't want it too low. You want to be available whenever they call. Because if you're not available every time they hit you, then they're going to stop hitting you.
Yeah.
Then they're going to find somebody else that might have did it for cheaper.
That's always
quicker.
the
It's
thing.
a whole
Somebody's
situation.
going to try to lowball to get their foot in the door. Sometimes I can understand. I think I did that a couple times. I think some projects that I worked on in the film industry, I took a lowball offer just so I get in the door to show you what I could do. So then, you know.
Yeah, like, no, every now and then I'd be like, say for instance, I charge $7 to be on set
Okay.
for a day.
Okay.
But if they're like, okay, it's editorial and they're only charging $5, then I would like, who is it? Yeah, I want to do it. You know, like sometimes you compromise for the opportunity, you know, it varies. But then it's sometimes people are like, can you make this for $2? And I'm like, no, thank you.
What motivates you at this point now? Because you done accomplished a lot so far.
Yeah, but I'm you asked me this question is tricky because I'm in this weird space in life. You know, life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
Life be lifing. So I'm trying to find my motivation. I had at some point designing stopped being fun because of where my head was.
I understand.
So I'm like getting back into that space and just like
enjoyable.
figuring me out, like trying to create space and time to create, because a lot of times I get overwhelmed with so much work for everybody else, and then by the time it's time for me, I don't feel like doing anything. There's been times where it's like I'm doing a project, I'm up late every night for 3-4 nights, and then after that I don't want to look at the sewing machine for a week. You know, so it varies. But motivation, the best piece of motivation is Runway Vogue. Scroll through or seeing like artists that are new, like Hanifa, she just did a bridal line, and that's inspirational. Like seeing my peers or people that I've seen develop their brands, their new things, that's motivational too.
Have you thought about ever doing like would it be runway? Like things that you design?
Fashion show?
A fashion show that you would...
Yeah, I haven't done a fashion show in a very, 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 very long time, but I do want to. But it's like, make the collection.
And so that's what I'm saying.
Hopefully by next year.
Because the thing is, like, you can make a collection, but can it just be one-off? Like, different things that inspire you?
So
I make this, I make that, I did.
Right. So that's always been my thing of, like, even my tagline is parallel to all styles for all lifestyles, because I don't have a style, right? Okay. Like I dress all kinds of ways. You saw how I was dressed the other day. Okay, sweats and then today I'm chilling, like this. Like I dress I dress different every day. So so making things according to how I feel is kind of how I gravitate towards creating. So I kind of want to do the one-offs because that's just...
I seem like one-offs be nice.
Yeah.
So as a designer, like how's your closet look? Is it just stuff everywhere?
It
I just feel like you just got
it is, but I still don't feel like I want to throw everything out, because I used to make things like every time I went out, I was always in.
So when you go out to like an event, you customize though?
I used to always make sure pretty much whenever I left the house that I was in something. I was my walking billboard.
Now when you say that, are you saying like you would take store stuff you bought in the store and customize just straight?
Make stuff. Yeah, I do raw material from concept to completion.
And you can sketch, draw that, or you just vision?
No, mainly if I'm doing for me, I just go. I don't
like what you have on. You just like, just throw this together. And how long you said it take?
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't even choose. But it took me a while just to choose what shirt I was gonna wear during the interview for you.
And I was helping you with that.
Yeah, you did. He was like, what color is this to you, though? Because off mic, we had what color is this?
It's like a muted salmon.
Wow, I don't even
it's
know
like
what muted
tone,
means.
like a...
I said salmon. Some ghetto person said salmon, but I'm not going to say who said it. Oh. But yeah.
My mother said...
I'm not talking about mom. So
and my daughter at 3 was like, it's salmon, Nanny. Take the L out.
She knew.
Yeah. So it's an ongoing joke now.
The next 5 years for DaSh by DaSh. DaSh Shoné by DaSh. What does it look like?
I have some other ventures that I also want to make. So not necessarily for me, but within that time, I would like to have a collection. My first fashion show in umpteen years.
So you done a fashion show before?
Like,
you ain't got to say the years again, but it was a long time ago.
13.
13 years ago?
That was my first one. I probably did like a couple after that, and I haven't done one in a long time. No, the last one I did was like 6 years ago.
Okay. I have a few people in my family that are aspiring to do what you do. I just want to get you to give them like maybe some words of advice.
My words of advice is to subtract all the noise. You do want to be on trend and figure out everything that's going on so you can make sure that you're on point with the wave of fashion. Yeah. But you got to get out your own head and lead with your heart, with your creativity, because that's all that matters. Because I allow myself to be so stuck so many times because of
other things.
Yeah.
Outside of it.
Yeah, and just like trying to figure out if it's good enough. Like, I'm like, I've been doing this for so long, and then I want to come out with something, but is it good enough after all this time? Like, girl, just go.
Just do it.
Just do it and reach out and network and, yeah.
How do you use, like, social media to promote, like, advertisement for your business?
Post. I don't do like.
Is it like a conscious effort, or just like
because I used to be on Instagram a lot, and then now I'm like I need to get back on it because it's just the way of the world.
So it feels more like a job than you just.
It can
be and organically.
It can be because I will say, because when I did the YouTube series Sewing in a DaSh.
Well, explain. What's that? What was that?
What I need to bring back?
Yeah. Do that again?
It was a YouTube series I did. It would be where I would go from concept to completion. So at 9 a.m., I would post 3 fabrics on Instagram on my story, and then people would vote for which fabric they wanted me to make, use for the day. And then after that, I would post what fabric was chosen, and then from that point on, I would start from concept to completion. So I would sketch and decide what I was going to make. I would cut out the fabric. I would sew it. And then probably around 5 o'clock, I would be done. I would set up my lights, do a whole photo shoot, and post by like 5, 6 o'clock.
One day.
So Sewing in a DaSh.
I like that name.
Yeah.
You got to bring that back then.
Yeah.
How was it though? Was it like?
I loved it.
Okay, so it wasn't like stressful. It wasn't.
Oh no, it was.
It wasn't like stressful.
You ever heard of beauty is pain, love is pain? No,
yeah.
No, I absolutely loved it, but it just consumed so much of me. I would like literally be worn out by that next day. And then I would edit everything myself. So that's
where the problem is, the editing.
And I like editing, but it was just like so much. It was like too much. And then I had stopped doing it because I was moving. And then one time I had someone film it for me. And I was like, I don't want to do nothing. I want to do it just like this every time. But I'm like, I can't afford
to do that. Hit me up.
See, that's why we're here today.
That's why we're here.
That's the real reason.
You know what I'm saying? Black owned only.
But no, I absolutely love doing it. I liked it.
I want to see it though. I thought I seen something like that. Did you ever post it to Instagram?
Yeah. No.
Okay, so I did see.
It was a thing. I loved it.
All right.
It was a pandemic. One of my pandemic babies.
That's what I was saying. That's when it was.
It was my pandemic baby. Yeah.
We were speaking about that yesterday, about how a lot of people took a leap or a step in something during the pandemic, and it's winding up paying off now.
It was a horrific time.
It was a horrific time, but it was nice to just be
such a beautiful time.
Being still.
Yes, that was. I had gotten therapy at that time for the first time. I ventured and actually just like went and really did something, which was Sewing in a DaSh. I was working on my body and myself. Like, it was It
was. I kind of liked that time a little bit more when we started being able to go back outside and all the foolishness started happening.
Go back inside.
Back inside.
Yeah.
Homebody. I was able to focus a lot of things that I had on my mind and not having to always be outside and day to day thinking about what I wanted to do and then making the goals and the steps. And then it's like, okay, it was just time to just be still, figure something out, and move forward with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It gave you a lot of time to yourself to like really evaluate anything and everything that you was doing, being a parent, being a companion.
Got closer with my kids during that time.
Being a child, you know, your relationships with your parents. It gave us a lot of time.
It did.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you and tell you how much I appreciate you taking a step away from your busy schedule to come do this with me.
Yes.
I know we was going back and forth and we got it right. And you helped me last minute too on moving yours. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
So can you tell everybody how to reach you, where to find you?
562. No, I'm just like, you can find me on Instagram at Shoné by -1 by -. And also my website is dashonebydash.com.
Thank you, man. This has been the Black On Only podcast. I'm your host, Mike Washington. That's Dash Gray. And I'll be seeing you soon.